Good evening. I'm Supraja Suryaneni, and yeah, basically, I'm here to present more of my work. Basically, I'm an architecture graduate. Um, yeah, so this is basically one of my sketches, drawing rather, in my fourth grade. So this is how it started. I This is done for a competition, which I won, and this is where my inspiration for art and architecture really started. So, yeah, then I started sketching a lot of cartoons and all these kidsy things when I was a kid. That really inspired me to go further. And then this is sort of my transition from these little cartoon, colorful things to a little more serious artwork of sketches and all that. So these were some of my first attempts at pencil sketching. And yeah, I'm sure most of you must be familiar with these kind of sketches that picked up from books. I really had a passion for pencil sketching, and I think I really enjoyed the magic that it created on paper. So I've attempted a couple of portraits in, yeah. And then I think it kept me more interested. I'm a sort of a nature lover. I think I drew a lot of inspiration from nature. So I was really inspired by the amount of detail that nature has in. So I've done a lot of sketches, especially birds. And then I think that really, parallelly doing all these sketches, yeah, I've tried my hand even in pen and ink. These are sketches done in pen and ink. And I think drawing these sketches really inspired me and created a passion in me between the relationship between nature, buildings, construction. So I think parallelly I grew an interest for architecture. Um, so these are a couple of my sketches done in architecture, uh, history of architecture, famous buildings. So yeah, this is how it started. And then I've joined architecture, and I was in the final year. We were supposed to do a thesis. I'm going to present my thesis architecture here. So basically, when it came to the topic, I had to pick a topic. So I was wondering what should be my topic, and then I think I'm sure most of you, especially the IT geeks, can relate themselves to this picture, because you can see lots of these heaps of stones on that stretch, the high-tech city Kukatpally stretch, and these monotonous, repetitive houses that are there. So I think I chose my topic. I challenged myself. This is how the actual area looks, the high-tech city Madhapur area. This is how it's supposed to be looking, with those boulders, the landform. So this is a site very close to high-tech city. You can see the picture, high-tech city in background, if you can really see it. But this is my site. So I've chose this as my topic, as the gated community. So yeah. When it came to designing, it was a huge challenge, because I was trying to address issues like usage of local materials, the site conditions, and another aspect was the interaction between people, the social interaction between neighbors. And so I actually, when I tried designing, I think the site was what gave me the solutions. Like I've used the site, the natural form of the site to give me the solution for the roads, the plotting, and I think I've tried to maintain these natural reef forms in those parks that were existing. So that's how the concept evolved. And when it comes to the unit level, that's where I tried to use the local material. I made a huge curved stone wall, if you can see in the images in the plans, that has the basic concept for this housing, where the stone wall is the main feature that separates these private spaces from public spaces, and develops some sort of social interaction between the neighborhood. And yeah, this is more about, and I also tried to somehow sort of a relationship between indoor, outdoor spaces, try to create a more social environment. And I think usage of stone walls is something that I've done even in the clubhouse. When there's so much stone available around us, why not? Hyderabad is known for its rock formations. Why are we breaking down the landform, making it flat and boring and losing our identity? It's all about the identity that I'm trying to create. Hyderabad has an identity of rocks. So that's all went into my thesis project, and I was really tired and exhausted after it. And I started developing a passion. I thought I have to get down to something simpler. And after all the complex work that went into the gated community design, I wanted to do something simpler and very basic, and sort of, so I got back to paper craft. This is something I used to do when I was a kid. Then I realized Well, probably I think I got the idea from looking at all the waste sheets out of my thesis project, and then I started making these little butterflies and flowers, and then that's how I started making this paper craft. And then more ideas kept throwing me in. So yeah, more bookmarkers, little details that kept me very interested. So from flowers to more detailed bookmarkers, and all the images that you're seeing here, it's all cut work, little tiny details that are done. And I think this really helped me revive my design process. So, and then I've realized this can really, I mean, paper craft is something that's really, I really enjoy doing paper craft. So I've done a little more into gift boxes, all these decorative stuff, and then I went into more. I think as I've kept working, I kept getting more and more ideas, and that's when I went into more and more details of paper craft. These are some of the folders that I've done. I really enjoy the process of making these little details and little cuttings in paper craft. So yeah, I began with doing these little simple things, and you can see the complexity of it. This is this is a lamp shade done by basic paper cutting, but I think it looks really complex and interesting. So yeah, it's just my passion from these little sketches, and then I went into architecture, and then I developed this passion for paper craft. It's just my journey about how art, architecture, and then again back to art, and all these little things that I'm evolving as a designer, and I hope I would do good soon. Thank you.